Korea Group 3. My name is Samantha Zhang Wanlong, and then my group partner Lydia Tsailing and Miranda Liu Zhen. Okay, let's get started. If everyone understands that preparation can make or break an important meeting, the more work you do before you walk into the room, the more productive and efficient you will be. So today we want to talk about pre-meeting arrangement. And we have divided our presentation into 12 parts. The first one is warming up. Second, vocabulary of scenario 1. Third is scenario 1. Next is discussion questions. And then is activity 1. The last part, Miranda will talk about high and low contact culture. And after break time, the following are comments, reference, inside story, work assignment, and feedback. And last part, we will choose the best one commentators. Okay, let's get started to move on the first part, warming up. And you can turn to page 16. If you want to be a professional interpreter, the 3 requirements you have to know. First, you must never be at loss for words. It means interpreters need to pick up on every word, every intent, and every meaning. And they also must make sense of messages composed in one language while constructing and articulating the same language in the talk. Second, you must be aware of the latest developments in current affairs. It means you have to understand what's happening around the world. It can help you understand easily when you interpret for. And last is, you must constantly maintain, if not improve, his or her language proficiency. So the best way, you have to keep to practice by yourself again and again. Today, if you become a good interpreter, you must have 5 qualities on you. First, have amazing language skills. It means interpreters need to have exhaustive grasp on language you interpret for, and extensive vocabulary, essay writing, and verbal communication skills are must. And second, have specialty knowledge. Most translators work in a specific area, like legal, business, or healthcare. That means they must have specialized knowledge in a certain area to be successful interpreters. And third is accreditation. Certification or accreditation from an interpretation institution shows that an interpreter they must have necessary work in and has credentials to do the job well. And next is soft skills. A good interpreter not only to be more than just skilled linguist, he or she is someone who willing and able to be a professional, to be a successful communicator. And last one is cultural competence. Interpreters shouldn't have not only be very familiar with the more than one language, but they also have cultural understanding of the language they interpret for. I think if you have these 5 qualities, being a good interpreter is not difficult for you. Now we end of the first part. Let me move on the second part, vocabulary. And please repeat after me. First, interpreter. Is noun. It means someone whose job is to change what someone else is saying into another language. Example, she works as an interpreter in Japan.
She works as an interpreter in Japan.
Second, duration.
Duration.
Is noun. It means the length of time that something lasts. Example is, he planned a stay of 2 years duration.
He planned a stay of 2 years duration.
And next is expertise.
Expertise.
Is noun. It means a high level of knowledge or skill. Example one is, we admired the expertise with which he prepared the meal.
We admire the expertise with which he prepared the meal.
Second, she has considerable expertise in French history.
She has considerable expertise in French history.
And next one is set up.
Set up.
Is phrase. It means to formally establish a new company, organization, system, way of working. Example, she plans to set up her own business.
She plans to set up her own business.
The next, negotiate.
Negotiate.
Is verb. It means to have formal discussions with someone in order to reach an agreement with them. Example, the government has refused to negotiate with the strikers.
The government has refused to negotiate with the strikers.
Next, invoice.
Invoice.
It means a lattice of things provided or work done together with their cost for payment at a later time. Example, invoices must be submitted by the 24th of every month.
Invoices must be submitted by the 24th of every month.
And last one is terms.
Terms.
It means the conditions that are part of an agreement or arrangement or the features of an activity or idea. Example, terms of sales. All times are explained to the best of my ability.
Terms of sale. All items are explained to the best of my ability.
Now we